And we're back with our intro to Tarot Part 3. I am the hostess with the mostest, the High Priestess Phoenix. I am your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, lightworker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, evangelist, North American Sybil, messenger of God, child of God, the Lilith reincarnated, here to give you the apple of knowledge, that of good and evil. This is going to be part 3. In order to keep up with me, you would have to see part 2 yesterday and part 1 prior to that. I am teaching you how to read tarot, what the cards stand for, and I'm giving you life testimonies of how I've walked through this card and what this card looks like. So we're still working with the major arcana. We're in major life lessons and changes. I made a video earlier about an ego death. We do that on Friday. I'd like to push that away and just get back to our work. I feel like we went through that one okay. We'll see if that comes up today and where we go from here. But it might be useful. You're going to need to know how to deal with an ego death, and there's plenty to deal with. We're just going to pick up where we left off. For those of you that have a pen and paper and have been keeping side notes, we're picking up with the Hangman. And your side notes for the Hangman are going to be waiting and sacrifice. Waiting and sacrifice. These are my 2 Hangman cards. Da-da-da. Da-da. Da-da. Alright, hold on. Let me find the actual card. Alright, here we go. Meaning of the card, page 32 and 33 by the Ascending Masters. Hangman is a pause, inner reflection, and patience. The obvious meaning of this card is hanging around. Events are not moving with speed, but all you can do is wait, knowing the universe has a plan. The card also indicates that you've made sacrifices and are eager to see the rewards. Well, that's where I'm at. We're out with the old, in with the new. There are a lot of factors that are beyond your control, so sit back and relax as you can expect delays. Creativity. Okay, so what just happened? I was going full force in one direction in my mind, and I stopped that, completely cleared the slate, and stopped the vehicle. I turned left, as they say, and I'm looking down a dark road. I crossed a road, and there's no road in front of me. There's no paved road ahead of me. I have to make my own way. That's what that means. Now, when you do something like that, you could see your future before you did that. Now you have to wait for a minute and take a breath. When you have an accident, you have to take a minute before you turn the car back on and even see if it works. You're in a moment. You're stuck. Alright? You have to take a pause. Now, this road does exist. There is a road. You can create a road, even if there isn't one built yet. That's called pathfinding. You're going to try to find your way. But right now, you can't see anything ahead of you. So when it says something like this, expect delays. Creatively, in that sense, is where am I supposed to go from here? Nowhere. Stay still. You have to, during a traumatic, accident or experience, you just stay still and deal with the emotions. You can't just get up and go back to work like you didn't just have an accident. You can't just get up and walk it off. You have to stay still. You can't go forward from here. You gotta wait a minute. Wait till help is on the way. I see Robin Williams. Creatively, this card can appear when you're feeling frustrated with your progress. However, the Hangman message is incubation. Your projects need time to evolve. All right before I got on here, there was a video from, I've been watching her lately, Lumen Moon. She was talking about they're mad at themselves because you're moving towards love. It looked like that way yesterday. But if you didn't catch my video this morning, I put all pause on that shit. And I said that in yesterday's tarot video. You think that that's a bad thing when we stop and reflect. We're stopping ourselves because we can see. All of a sudden we've become aware that we're on a pattern to destruction. We don't necessarily want to give up everything that's down that road. We just need to find a new way. We can't keep on this pattern. So as much as I might have been eager to take my shot, and I took my shot, today I pulled that back, very much so. Is it because of fear? You could say so. With the new revelation, yeah. I'm acting from a wounded place. I'm accepting things that I'm not okay with. I'm not okay with what's happening right now. And you just stop in the middle of what's happening. I'll stop. And you get out of the car. You turn the car off, and you don't know if you're going to continue. You don't continue down that road. Period. What is this card invoking you? In what way do you display patience? Sometimes things look worse than they are. Try to look at the current challenge from a newer, fresher angle. What do you see? Somebody is excited to the fact that they think I'm shutting down. I'm reevaluating. We're rebooting this system. I haven't changed my desires. I haven't changed my goals. I stopped for a moment and saw where I was going with this. I can still go towards my desires, but not in that direction. Is there someone in your life who makes no sacrifices or concessions? All of them. No sacrifices, no rewards. Is it sometimes? Is it possible others could benefit from even a small sacrifice, selflessly made? The reverse possibility. Reverse hangman can be a sign of rigid thinking and martyrdom. You may need to revisit your expectations. Are you hanging on the fantasy that makes you a victim rather than a victor? Take another view and liberate yourself from the obligation that cannot offer you what you want. And that's what I looked at them. You cannot offer me what I want. All right, let's move on. What comes after that? Poetically, this is exactly how alchemy works. The death. After you make a decision, it's an ending. Once you decide to start something, it's an ending to something else. This card represents the natural cycles of life, both fertility and followedness, and rebirth. Death brings endings and beginnings, sometimes all at once. This is a time of fast and deep transformation, an opportunity to let go of whatever you no longer need. The change indicated by the death card can be sudden and shocking. That's what we do on a Friday. Death, transformation, and rebirth. It's an ego death. Change your reality. How do you change your reality? By how you think. A break with the past from relationships, friendships, jobs that no longer satisfy. And that's what I mean. Nobody's sacrificing any of those things. Nobody's coming to any endings, so you're not getting any new beginnings. Period. Stop pretending and lying. There's nothing new about your life. You are the same hoe. Out here for a couple of dollars. $20 is $20, right? How much you make an hour? I'm going to say this again to you. You will not have anything new in your life until you leave something else behind. Period. This is all I have to do for 56 years of my life is to tell you to leave that's no longer serving you. When are you going to walk away from something? I'm not talking to a specific person. I'm talking to every single one of you that are listening. Why won't you walk away from the things that are hurting you? Why can't you? You're weak. You're not strong. And in my eyes, you're a fucking coward. Fight your fucking fear and liberate yourself. Or sit there and watch me call you a pussy for the rest of your life. No problem with me. It is the truth. Nobody's stopping you. You're a pussy. You can't take action. You have no control over your life. A break from the past, from relationships, friendships, and jobs that are no longer satisfying is the only way forward. In this sense, death can be a release and a relief, leaving you with the bare bones and truth. And that's what I said. You take off the skin and it's just your bones. You just want to wear your skin and think it's so pretty. Feed it up. Blow it up. What feelings does this invoke in you? Does this card frighten you? Are you excited by possibilities or afraid of what you might lose? If something is coming to an end in your life, it might be significant change, but it also might be might not be anything to be afraid of. Are you ready for a new chapter? Even if the answer is no, how can you prepare for it? You have little control over events when death looms, but in time you'll see the change in the circumstance is a blessing. In what ways do you fight or postpone the change? Would accepting it feel more liberating? I'm seeing Lewis. He gets paid millions of dollars to be a loser. I told you they were going to ruin your reputation. Reverse. Death reverse is virtually the same meaning as the card upright position. You may feel anxious and stressed out, unable to comprehend what's happening. The universe is telling you that there is no way back. A relationship cannot be mended. An employer will not change their mind. Is there something in your life that you know you need to that has come to close and you need to let go? That's it. There's no going back from here, bro. I can't stand tarot because of that. Your ex. Didn't I X you out of the situation? X ain't on the Cupid's day? When are you going to accept that I left you behind? You had no control. I rejected you. I reject you every day. You're a fucking reject because of your fucking personality traits. What makes you think I'd have you? Or any woman should. To all of you. I've exposed you from the inside out. All we need to do is fucking pull you down to your fucking underwear and laugh at that. Or you can have the vision I had of him masturbating with his underwear off. That was a good picture. I'm trying to make themselves feel better. That's what they're doing. Temperance. The card of Sagittarius. Moderation and temptation. This card notes a balance in the universe and the need to set your own boundaries. Temperance shows you're dealing with potentially volatile situation and you need to temper your thoughts and actions to find balance and harmony. This means choosing neither one nor the other, but blending two opposing forces to create an inspired solution. This card asks you to accept both sides of the situation and reconcile any areas of your life that is out of kilter. Once you recognize what is out of balance, take action. And that's it. Once you see the problem, you do something about the problem. Do you practice moderation or otherwise try to find common ground? Do you know someone who seems to have a good work-life balance? Does anybody know that person? How do you think they do it? What could you try? There's a time to commit yourself fully and a time to hang back. With the hangman, totally. I just want to show you this is all the cards are set up this way, that I'm showing you that I go through these within a week. You can go through all of these life changes within 1 week. We haven't even pulled all the extras, the clarifying cards, to prove it. This is why people use tarot, because it's real. It really shows you what you're going through. I'm showing you the meaning of the cards and inspiring you to get the cards and go off of the meaning that I'm teaching you of how this reflects on you. How you can use this to spiritually grow yourself. Not stalk on other people, but grow yourself. I don't give a shit what they're doing. They're not doing anything. And why are you so addicted to what they're doing? Start worrying about you. And your life will get better. Worrying about anybody else is not going to make your life better. Concerning yourself with anybody's life is not going to make you better. They're not your concern. You're not taking time to deal with your own problems. Let's see. What have you been ignoring or not attending to? Reverse. Temperance reverse shows imbalance and unfairness in relationships and problems with money. This card can also show you're struggling with change and the past dominating your present and future. In this position, difficult old memories can resurface and you feel held back. What do you need now in the present? Told you. All right. Let's face it, that very question. What are your devils? Instability and power inform in the meaning of the devil, exposing relationships to authority and loss. You may be enslaved to a situation or a relationship that demands too much, or you may be feeling controlled or under a bad influence. What started positively has reversed, and now you see it for what it is. This card often describes a situation that aren't worth trying to fix. It is a card of greed, temptation, and materialism. That's what they mean by you're in that devil energy. This message is to simply walk away, regardless of the temptation to stay. Yet, to change the situation, you'll need to use a little devilish cunning. If you're in are you in a toxic relationship or situation? What's stopping you from walking away? Is there someone in your life who has negative influence over you? Do you feel manipulated or charmed? The devil can show lust and negative ways of relating. In that one partner is gaining much more than the other. Additional meaning includes issues with sex, food, and substance abuse. Is there an unbalanced desire in your life right now? The reverse. The reverse devil is the one of the few cards whose meaning becomes more hopeful. It suggests the decision you need to make will be easier than you think. Now is the time to make your move and banish those toxic situations. Is there something you've been contemplating? Does that decision seem clear now? Nowhere in this card, the Wolfman, does it say anything about obsession. You use that word, you project that word onto other people, but you're obsessed. You're stalking. Let's move on to the tower that you're facing. This is a card of manifestation of imbalance and surprise disruption. That means, right, I'm manifesting these relationships. And it's an imbalance, and a surprise disruption came this morning. Why? Because of Venus facing Saturn? Our relationships facing their limitations? Leading the way into the new path, the tower hits us with sudden change, the collapse of an ideal, a dream, an organization, or a relationship that is inevitable and due to forces beyond our control. The tower can represent shattered ego, so you may feel vulnerable and confused. Surrender to its power and accept the huge shift in awareness it offers, even if the benefits aren't obvious yet. The upside is that the message of release. The walls are tumbling down, and now you can build and what you build next will have more foundation. And that's where it is like, I'm still gonna have a relationship, just not with these guys. That's all that means. I had these ideas about these guys that came crumbling down. Page 40 and 41. What feelings is this invoking you? Do you feel protective of things and fear change? Do you know the story of the three little pigs? Is there a relationship in your life that you feel unstable, like the house is made of straw or stick, where just one little puff might knock it down? If you say the wrong thing, it'll all fall down. If you act the wrong way, you're walking on eggshells is what that means. Are you sometimes like the tower, unpredictable, liable to fall apart or blow up when pushed too far? What situation causes that reaction? The reversed. When the tower is reversed, you may find yourself taking responsibility even when you are blameless. It also can show that you have held on to a career, a project, or a relationship that isn't strong enough to stand the test of time. Have you taken blame for something, or are you holding on to something you should let go of? When all this falls down, there is a glimmer of hope. After it all falls down, you can see the light of day. Individuality, confidence, fuel expression, and creativity, allowing you to flourish. The star offers hope and guidance. So if things have felt difficult recently, have faith that your luck is about to change for the better. The star is a powerful symbol of hope, and you can begin to appreciate everything life has to offer. The star supports beauty, creativity, sharing your love, gifts, and talents. It allows you to shine. The star also shows good health. It's a card of healer. How do you get this all the time? They always say you're in the spotlight. When they always say you have a public platform, you're in the spotlight, you're on a glow up, you're on this. It's not in my cards either. That's not what this card means. Do you feel hopeful? Do you feel you're a hopeful person? What beliefs keep you going? There's a saying that to plant a garden is to believe in tomorrow. Is there a project you've been waiting to start that you can do today? Think of someone that you know who always seems to be full of hope. How do you think they're able to look past difficulties and still have a positive outlook? The reverse. The reverse star can suggest you're giving up too easily in your projects and experiencing creative blocks. An additional meaning is feeling alone without the support you need. Is there something you've set aside or unable to finish? Again, I don't see how this means you're a celebrity. Idiots. Idiots. Absolute idiots. Let's talk about the moon. I am the moon. Tell you everything you need to know about that thing, but I'll tell you on page 4 what it means. The card represents instinct and intuition, the power of dreams, and the potential pitfalls of illusion. The moon's traditional meaning is a period of emotional vulnerability. It reveals misgivings about a situation, as you cannot be sure if what you see is the truth. This may be a time of deep emotional conflict, and the struggle is private rather than shared. You have a decision to make, and choose wisely. Take note of your intuitive messages and dreams. The prospect may make you uncomfortable, but the moon asks you to dive deeper and examine the real cause of the conflict. Do you feel vulnerable or have misgivings about something? Under the light of the moon is what you are seeing as an illusion. Or does the moon bring light to the essence of the problem that needs attention? Do you sometimes wear masks to cover up your emotions with certain people, or all the time? The reverse moon may show that you're avoiding difficult emotions and confrontations because your needs are not expressed or recognized. A trauma is ignored rather than explored. So the moon reverse can show you're going back to old habits of coping with the past. Is there something you've been ignoring, and what are some new ways you can cope with it? These cards are all about healing and taking inner journeys. They're not about stalking people. The sun. I'm kind of out of breath. The embodiment of illumination and openness. This card reveals to the stark reality of your path. The sun brings success and achievement and is one of the most positive cards. If you've had a challenging time, it shows that every aspect of your life will improve. You'll also enjoy more energy if you or someone close has suffered from health problems. This card predicts recovery. As the card of energy and growth, all your projects benefit now. So the sun heralds a good time to nurture your creative endeavors, your business, and the relationships you value. We're not in the sun right now. It's darkest before the light, right? We're on a Friday, and I said yesterday we were going to have one really big ego death before we went into before we sprung with spring into action. It's dark, and it's only going to get darker between now, you making the action. If you don't, then you'll just stay in the fucking darkness, and there's pretty much no hope for you until you make that action. But once you've taken action, you'll stay in the dark all the way from today to tomorrow. It's just the energy of the days. They push it on you. You won't feel good about it until a Sunday. It doesn't feel good to make difficult decisions like this, to walk in new truths and leave away, you know what I mean, the lies of the people you love. It doesn't feel good to do this, and that's why it's like, you got to. And tomorrow when you wake up crying about your decisions, that's part of it too. When you want to turn off your page and you want to run away and you can't believe you've done such things to your own life, that's part of it too. You're grieving what you've just done. You're grieving what you've just lost. You're unsure of yourself. You are very sad. But come Sunday morning, you're going to be proud of yourself. You're not going to feel so good again come Monday about it. You'll be real in your mind again about it. But by Tuesday, it's over, bitch. You'll be okay. You just got to make it till Tuesday. What happens on Tuesday? God who gives us strength. And, you know what I mean? We have our new beginnings right there, the new moon. All this energy is going to refill you up. This is going to hurt. If you do it right, it's going to hurt. You got to get ready for it. What do? Go to the store, get everything you need so that you can crawl into your hole and die. Make sure everyone's taken care of while you die. Seriously, that's what I do on a Friday. I run to the store, get everything the kids might possibly need, so then if they need something, I know I'm not going to be able to pull out of this work. I have to take care of the family and go to work. You know what I mean? I get myself, you know, what makes me feel good. I'll get me something that'll make me feel good, some bath salts, some Oreos and milk. You know what I mean? Get me ready for a movie. I'm going to have to take care of myself during this. What is this? Your feelings. They're going to fuck you up. You're going to feel fucked up about trying to do some brave shit. It hurts real bad. I'm never going to tell you it doesn't. But you got to do it. How often do I do this? I don't know anything better. You don't get to be like me without Kobe waking you up at 4 o'clock in the morning, facing harsh truths throughout the whole day. As many as you can take till the sun goes down. And on the full moon, no, even more. If the planets are moving, even more. You embrace this journey and you learn how to ride the waves. You learn what the days bring, and you're not afraid of them. I know what this is. I told you yesterday we would hit an ego death. Everyone is terrible, bro. Some of them, they don't cause you to emotionally break, but they'll still break you physically, mentally. Sometimes you don't always have the emotional, you know, that's where you can see where you're getting stronger in different areas. You can physically push yourself through things now. You can mentally overcome this quicker. You can emotionally overcome this quicker. But in essence, you know, once it starts, it's a whole process. And you can't force any stage or level to it. I did a video this week called The Stages of Alchemy. You know what I mean? What happens? The alchemical process. I'm not sure. I think I did it on Monday morning. I told you exactly what this looks like. And I told you, when's the next time? Friday. By the definition of the day, it pushes us into our heart space and to heal some shit of our heart. That's a Friday, ruled by Venus. Saturn Day is ruled by Saturday. That pushes your limitations, your age, and reality. Those two are in conjunction. They came into conjunction yesterday, you know what I mean, over the night. Meaning tonight, when you look up, those two are pushing at you with a smiley face of the moon. The moon is your feelings, your intuition. All this power that's outside of you is boiling inside of you. Is it always this bad? No, this is just this fucking moon cycle. We have 13 full moons, 12 full moons, 13. Why did I say 13? Because there should have been. We have 12 full moons. You know, there's a full moon for every month. There's cycles for every day. You know what I mean? As this stuff moves, every day is an opportunity to grow in different areas of your life. The week builds up for the weekend. You're not going to feel so, so peachy about your decision until Sunday is the point of this card. Does this inspire happiness? Probably not after my story. Is there something in your life that you've been hoping will improve? How optimistic are you that it will? Do you feel strong and healthy? If not, what are some things you can do to turn that around? The reversed. It is virtually impossible to see any negative side of the sun. Even when reversed, only glitches could be delays to travel plans, but you will enjoy a happy, content period regardless. Write about a happy period in your life, either in the past or still to come. I want to stop there because the next card's going to blow me off the edge again. What's the next card? Judgment. I don't want to get into judgment right now. Let's have a clear slate before we go into judgment. All right, get out that pen and paper that I had you take in side notes, and let's do a quick review. We're going to do a review of all cards that we came up to until now. Okay? This was day 1. The Fool means beginnings and risks. Magician is action and ambition. High Priestess is secret and intuition. Empress is creativity and resource. The Emperor is power and order. The Hierophant is unity and marriage. The Lovers is love and decisions. Alright, Intro to Tarot Part 2. The Chariot means progress and determination. Strength means management and endurance. The Hermit means analysis and solitude. The Wheel of Fortune means luck and fate. Justice means decisions, balance, and legal affairs. All right. Last notes for today. The Hangman means waiting and sacrifice. The Death means transformation, change, and new beginnings. Temperance means negotiation and moderation. The Devil means restrictions and manipulation. The Tower means breakdown and illumination. The Star means hope and guidance. The Moon is a crisis of faith and deep emotions. The Sun is growth and recovery. Well, shit, we only have 2 more cards. Can you fit in 2 more? Let's finish the last 2, and then we can start with the decks. You want to finish the last 2? Hold it together. Can I do it? I'm going to try not to catch judgment in the judgment card. We only have 2 more. Let's do it. After Sunday. Judgment. Both an end and a beginning. Judgment requires... Oh, my heart chakra's breaking from the front. Judgment requests that you consider... Oh, man. Judgment requests that you consider your choices and their consequences. Great change and opportunities are on the horizon. But before you can decide on your decisions, certain past issues need to be addressed. The process is all about how you judge yourself on past actions and attitudes. Judgment shows that you feel you did your best, the best you could. As you accept yourself fully, you can blow your own horn for your achievements. An additional meaning is being in the public eye. Oh, okay, so is this that one that you're in the public eye? You put yourself out there and opened yourself to others' judgment. Oh, wow. But that's not what you guys say. You say it's from the Star card. You guys are dumb. All right. Do you judge yourself today for your past, and do you remember things more or do you remember things more fondly? And that's what I told you. When this happens, don't judge yourself. Open yourself up to the experience of what he took you through that for. Don't be mad at yourself that you should have known better. You should have seen better. See it now. Are you critical or judgmental of others? Do you feel things change when more information about the situation comes to light? Should that matter? What are some ways you can deal with judgment of others? Does it matter what people think? Reverse. When judgment is reversed, you may be stuck in the past or refuse to learn its lesson. Remember, the past cannot be changed, only accepted. You have compassion, and that's it. If you keep hating yourself for something you did, you just keep hating yourself. It's already done. Have compassion for the person you were then and for the decisions you made. And that's it. Caught up in all of this entanglement of love. I had Bobby. I had a chance with Bobby. Why didn't you just tell him how much you cared about him? Because I didn't know I did. And even if I did, looking back, I wasn't healthy. It would have still never worked. If you love something, let it go. And if it's meant to be, it'll come back. I let them go all the time. This isn't a new thing with me and Marshall. I've had to let him go many times. It's terrible letting them go. You almost wish they wouldn't come back so you don't have to let them go again. You just want to hold on, but you don't know if you can. It's nothing new. I can't hate myself. And I can't hate you, and I can't hate God. I just have to see what he was trying to show me in this experience. This whole experience was something to be seen. That I'm not seeing and you're not seeing. If we can just see it, we don't have to relive it. That's it. It doesn't have to be so hard. But it is. You hate yourself. You hate them. You hate God. When somebody dies, you hate them for leaving you. You hate yourself for not loving them enough. You hate God for taking them away. It's part of it. But you know what else is part of it? Acceptance. And you can't force it. I'm a master at this because I have no choice. It's the way of life that I've been taught. To just walk away no matter how much it hurts. Just walk away. And have hope that maybe it'll be better one day. There's no hope if you don't walk away. You can't tell somebody to get over it, and in the beginning I wasn't that good. And it's not easy. I never said it was easy. I said you embrace it, and you understand it, and you go through it. When you go to the dentist, they have to numb you, and that you have to go through the pain before you can go through the recovery. That shit hurts, bro. When they fucking start stabbing your gums with that needle, bro, that shit hurts. It hurts more than what you came in for. But then it gets numbed away. And they take care of the problem. The problem's gone, but it still hurts. It's gonna take you some time. And it might hurt in places you didn't expect. Death is real. It doesn't necessarily mean, you know what I mean, an actual person, but I want you to see that it's the same feeling. I'm the goddess of the moon. I'm here to teach you death, life, death, and rebirth. And this is what it is. You have to let things die, and it really does hurt. I'm never going to deny you your pain. And I'm going to give you your time, but I'm not going to let you die in it. I'm not going to let it eat you up. And you can't either. The grieving process can last way too long for some people. And some people are just too afraid of death. But all things die. You have to learn this lesson, guys. Everything, cycles come to an end. This job isn't going to last forever. That relationship, your kids aren't going to be babies forever. You're not going to be this size. That car's not going to outstand time. Nothing outstands time. It's just a short time that you have to enjoy things, not get addicted and attached and never want to let go. I've learned to, and that's where it says is, you know what I mean? Live for today. To tell the people you love today, because you're not guaranteed tomorrow with them. Make sure you don't live in regret. You know what I mean? Don't wait until tomorrow. Because you can be holding on to something and have it ripped out of your hands tomorrow. It happens all the time, guys. People lose their, people die. People lose their children, their lovers, their parents, their friends. And we're left with, the loss, and we have to learn how to deal with that. You're going to continue to lose things in life because nothing of this world is yours. You've got to learn to let go. I can't change it. I can't change anything what happened to me. I can sit here all day feeling terrible about my life. But that doesn't make me, I can't live like that. I can't see a future if I'm just sitting there feeling terrible about my life. I can't change any of it. I can't even understand most of it. All I have to do is accept it. Feel how bad it hurt me. Tell myself it'll be okay. Go find out what happened to me, pick myself up, brush myself off, and try to carry myself into tomorrow. That's it. All those I wish I wouldn't have. I wish I could have. I wish. There's no hope in that. You can't wish on the past, but you can fucking wish on your future, bro. You can't have a future wishing for the past, guys. Bobby said I'll feel like this again for someone else. What if I never do? What if I lost my one chance at love? Because I was too scared and too sick. That's a defeating mindset. But the truth is why wouldn't God give me another chance at love if I was too hurt and too sick? And then you're like, well, where's my love? You're still too hurt. I don't think you guys fully understand how hard that one was. I've never been in love before, but I couldn't. I had these great feelings, but I wasn't allowed to have them. And even worse, knowing that I could have had a chance. I don't think he would have been a good husband or anything, the way he looks, and then you're like, well, I mean, what if I did marry him and then I'd be in her boat and he'd be cheating on me? And that's where it is. It's like you have this all fucked up in your head, bro. You have this whole fucking idea of this life that was never going to exist. Be careful, bro. That's what I mean. It's like you can't go into the future with these lies of the past, these hopes of a past that'll never be. How many more races before Lewis realizes he's not going to win the championship this year? Is he okay with that? He's willing to accept being a loser all year, to not get what he wants? Will he try again next year? And that's Russ. How long after you release your album do you realize you're not #1 selling an album, you're not on the Billboard charts, and you didn't get what you wanted out of this? Are you going to do it again next year? And furthermore, Kanye, he wants someone to listen to his album. Nobody's going to listen to this. You started off with ancestral fucking stories. They believe it's a sin to listen to such things. They know you to be a hateful person that tells lies and is full of hate. That doesn't sell, baby. how far are you going to go down this imaginary idea? And then you've got the Hangman, you've got Ali. He said it again yesterday, or the day before, if anybody wanted new music. He says he has tons of it, but he doesn't know what to do with it. He just keeps making music with no intentions, waiting for the right time when somebody wants it. He doesn't know what he's doing. He hasn't released an album. He canceled his tour. He says he has enough music to drop music every 2 weeks, but doesn't. It doesn't matter. And as much as Mike says he's ending his tour, he just said he'll maybe go on a European tour, and he's still dropping music. They haven't stopped anything. They're completely unaware of their programming. They're self-defeating, patterns. I can't stop them. I can only become aware of mine when I can. And then you have to stop it. Let's see here. Reverse. Judgment reverse. You may be stuck in the past, refusing to learn the lesson. Remember, the past cannot be changed, only accepted. Have compassion for the person you were. Yeah. You don't have to live with the results of these actions you don't have to live with the results of these choices in the future. Write about how you decide to be free. I don't know, maybe it was a prank call or something. I don't know what it was. I took it. Let's get to the end of this. Now, as you go through these cards, the way that my cards are set up is you go through all of the elements of life before you go through these serious life crises. But if you go to a tarot reader, they can show you that you're in the middle of a life crisis or something like that. But when it's all said and done, you get to the final card of the deck, which is the World. You have the whole world in your hands. The World. An open door. The frisson of energy. The excitement of every potential action in the universe. This card is the conclusion of the Fool's journey and a new beginning. As one of the most welcome and positive cards in the deck, the World denotes triumph, deep joy and happiness, completion and reward for your efforts. Cherished projects take off as your commitment and dedication pays off. Life feels balanced as work, relationships, finances, and domestic affairs run smoothly. This is a time for celebration, so it is a great card for group and positive group consciousness. Do things seem to be going your way? How do you view the completion of a big task? Do you celebrate and look forward to the next thing, or are you mournful? If you've worked hard to achieve something, are you comfortable basking in the success? Why or why not? I got a download at the end of the Harry Potters, right? They showed this last clip where they all got together and cried when it was the last scene. They have worked on this movie for over a decade, and it was the last time that they would come together on this. Here's the thing. The work they did was done, but the connection wasn't. We end our work here, but we can start a new relationship from here. Meaning, was all these years that we've known each other, the only thing that brought us together was the Harry Potter movies? Or are we friends? Are we family? Are we more than the work we do? If I lose my job, are you still my friends and family? I just want to show that, you know what I mean? It says like here, it's like, do you celebrate and look forward to the next thing, or are you mournful? It's sad that this is the last day we come to work, but that doesn't mean we can't come together tomorrow for lunch. And that's kind of it is, my men, they're not going to be my husbands, but it doesn't mean they can't be my friends when they get their shit together. You know what I mean? That's not a bad thing. If you work hard to achieve something, are you comfortable basking in the success? Why or why not? Reverse. The reverse world shows roadblocks. You don't feel that you are deserving of success. It can also show hanging on onto one ambition that eludes you. And if so, it's time to redefine what you want and adjust your expectations. What do you want with your music careers? Were they meant to change the world or just to put some coins in your pocket? Did you not get what you wanted? Why didn't you stop there? What do you want from this? What do you want from the world? If I did an interview with you and asked you that specific question, what do you want from this world before you die? Genie in a bottle, one wish. What do you want from this world? Can you answer that question? I just want to be happy. What does that look like to you? I see myself with a home and a family. Why aren't you working towards that? Is this something that God can't do or that wants for you too? Do you want something that God doesn't want? Or you don't want to do the work that God wants you to do? You want Him to do all the work? He doesn't want you to do all the work. That's exactly what I'm here to teach you. Stop working so hard. Let Him do the work. Let Him show you how to work. But first I want to know, what are you working towards? Okay, well maybe you need to retire and find a new job. Maybe you don't need a job. Maybe you just need a purpose. Alternatively, you feel eclipsed by another shining light. Write about how you can keep faith until you can get what you deserve. Alright, here's the meaning for these last two cards, since we've decided we're going to finish this deck up here. And somehow we took it to another hour with two cards. Judgment. The past, second chances. The world, success and completion. Alright, so on our next class we will be starting, interesting enough, we'll start with the cups. The cups are ruled by water, the flowing front of emotions and feelings. They also embody intuition, spirituality, as well as relationships and connection. It's the suit that also rules love, beauty, and romance. Cups are your waters, so it's ruled by the water signs. That would be Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancer. That's how they tell you that I'm picking up a Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. They see that there's a bunch of cups. If they say that they see a bunch of pentacles, those are earth signs. If they see a bunch of swords, those are air signs. They're using the cards in front of them, what they know of the cards, to tell you a story. What resonates is for you, what doesn't, leave behind. It's not all for you. The wands, of course, are our fire. I'll teach you deeper into that. This is a creative thing that just popped up on the front. Aces are new beginnings and new energy and new cycle of creation, inspiration, and potential. Twos are partnership, balance, and division, unity, duality, choices, and opposition. Stop there. I'm not taking you too much further. If you have an Ace of Cups, what does that mean? It's a new beginning in your what? What's your waters? Your emotions. Okay? Now, if it was a new beginning in your swords, that would be in your wands, that would be your inspirations. Your pentacles would be your potential, what you can do with this new beginning. Okay? I'm teaching you just some sidelines before we get into them. 2 stands for partnership, balance, division, unity, duality, choices, and opposition. If you have the 2 of Wands, which is your fire, which is your willpower, what does that mean? You're balancing your willpower. There's a division in your willpower. There's duality in your willpower. There's choices to be made in your willpower. Do you see how this works? Wonderful. I'm going to teach you more tomorrow. We're going to stop with the tarot reads today. We went into some deep healing. I got to teach that later on tonight, how to get you through these dark levels. We went through the ego death. So I'm going to walk you through the gates of it. We're going to go through some healing of, I'm not sure right now. I'm completely blank. I have so much on top of me right now. But this is where we end for today. I will catch you with more tarot readings. If you want more learning of any kind, scroll through my videos. Otherwise, I'll catch you guys later. Later, haters.